I always find it so funny that when somebody finds out I have met someone well known in the entertainment industry, the most common question that I am asked is, were they nice? And I find it so strange because it's like such a simple question, but everybody wants to know, and I'm the same way. And I think it's a common thread between humans. Everybody wants to know what another person is like because they want to find something in them to relate to. I was thinking about how lucky I've been to be around some of these people, and even more so, lucky to have been able to learn certain lessons from these people. And what good is a lesson if you can't pass it on to somebody else? So in today's video, I am going to tell you the 7 things I learned from meeting these 7 celebrities.
We're chasing the easy life.
Okay, let's jump right in. Celebrity number 1 is Marie Osmond. Now, I have been lucky enough to meet Marie on a couple of different occasions. The very first one being at her show in Las Vegas at the Flamingo with her brother Donnie. Now, it was a last minute decision. My friend Kelly and I were in Vegas and we decided we wanted to go see Donnie and Marie. So, chances had it that Kelly knew somebody who was able to get us backstage to the event, and we got to meet Marie and Donnie. Donnie and Marie. Anytime I've been around a celebrity like Marie, someone who has been in the business their entire careers, I always like to pay attention to the details of their behavior because I always want to make sure I can take away something from that meeting. And the lesson that I learned from meeting Marie was professionalism. She was incredibly kind, on time, in the moment, present when she was talking to us, present when she was talking to anybody else in the room. The way she treated her band members, her team members, Donnie, everybody, even the server who brought her something to eat and drink backstage. She could not have been kinder or more genuine. And I just feel like professionalism in that sense, and really being your true self, even when she had probably done a zillion shows that week, and the last place she probably wanted to be was standing back there having to smile for the camera. But her professionalism just left such an imprint on me, and I have actually tried to implement some of the behaviors that I saw in her when I have been dealing with people in my own life and people on my team and in my career. And, you know, she even went the extra mile to have her assistant take a second photo of us because all I had was my phone, and she wanted to make sure that I had a lasting moment from that night. And the way that she treats the people around her just will always be something I remember from meeting her and something I've taken away from that. So way to go, Marie. You definitely left a very lasting impression on me. Okay, next up is another television star, and that is Wendie Malick. Wendie has played huge roles on television like Just Shoot Me and Hot in Cleveland, just to name a few. She has also been on Frasier and in a ton of movies. I was in California visiting family and we were going to see Just Shoot Me. This was a long time ago. She was actually one of the very first celebrities I ever got to meet. A producer found out how much I wanted to meet her, and he arranged for that to happen after the show. So the lesson I took away from meeting Wendie was that people may not remember what you say or what you did, but they will always remember the way you made them feel. And she absolutely went the extra mile with me. She brought me down onto the set of the TV show, walked me all around, introduced me to all of the other actors. She went so far as to find somebody on set who happened to have a Polaroid camera because we were not allowed to bring cameras into the studio that day. She asked me all about my singing career, she gave me advice, and she even went so far as to ask me to meet my family members, which was so incredibly kind of her. I will always cherish meeting her. Okay, number 3, Garth Brooks. First of all, holy superstar. When Garth Brooks is in the room, literally, it's like you can see in slow motion everybody's head turn to look at his face. He is one of these people that just has that kind of charisma, that kind of energy that you just want to be around. And the lesson that I learned from Garth was that he has so much gratitude. Even after being in the spotlight and having so many awards and sold out arena shows, he almost makes you feel like he's more thankful that you're there. And all you can think about is, holy crap, this is Garth Brooks. And I remember leaving the very first night that I met him, I remember leaving the room thinking, wow, I need to let some of that rub off on me, because we sometimes can forget to be grateful when we're caught up in our careers and our lives and everything moving so quickly. He was a very, very good reminder to just stop and be thankful for the opportunities that I have been given, and I have absolutely taken that lesson and implemented it into my whole life. Okay, celebrity number 4 is Olivia Newton-John. Oh my God, I had very high expectations. So much to the point where I was like thinking to myself before I met her the first time, I am going to be let down by her, because nothing can ever withhold my vision of Sandy in Grease. My friend Kelly happened to be recording a duet with Olivia, and she was kind enough to invite me to go to the studio with her. And it happened to be my birthday. So Olivia was beyond kind to me. We talked about things that had nothing to do with music. She actually had me take my engagement ring off so she could look at it and try it on, because she thought it was so beautiful. And the lesson that I took away from meeting her, because I do feel like she's probably the biggest celebrity I ever have been around, the lesson I took away from meeting Olivia was that the bigger the celebrity, the more down to earth they typically are. Seeing Olivia's kindness towards my friend Kelly has been wonderful to see. It has definitely left a huge impact on me, and I am just so grateful that I can say in my lifetime I have gotten to be in a room with Olivia Newton-John. Her music, her movies, her career has had a huge impact on my life, and I can honestly say she lived up to every expectation that I had of her. The next celebrity that I want to talk about learning a lesson from is Connie Britton. I had the opportunity to audition for a role to play her hairdresser on an episode of Nashville, the television show, and I was lucky enough to get that role. And I had to spend 3 days of filming with Connie. The lesson I learned from meeting Connie was that it is okay to be a perfectionist when it comes to your career. The reason I took this away from my time with her is because it was late at night. My call time wasn't till about 9 p.m. and Connie had been on set all day long, and we still had about 4 to 5 hours to shoot this scene. She rehearsed her scene so many times with the cast, when typically there would be a stand-in that would come in and actually do the rehearsals. She actually did her own blocking and her own rehearsals, and she was such a perfectionist that she redid the take way more times than the director even wanted her to redo them. She wanted to get it right, and she was really adamant about her lines, about her blocking, about the way her hair was, about the frames of the shots. And it wasn't from an ego standpoint, from my point of view. It was from the point of she wanted to do a really good job for her fellow castmates. And I just found it very interesting, because someone who has been in movies and on television for a very long time, for them to still care that much about one small scene that probably lasted about 6 seconds on camera realistically, she put her heart and soul behind that, and her work ethic and her perfectionism really rubbed off on me. I remember leaving the set that night, and when I went back on the second night, I had a whole new outlook about the way that I was handling my own scene with her. She couldn't have been nicer, and I really am so glad that I had that opportunity to work with her in that setting. Okay, next is Hillary Clinton. Now, before you start posting mean things on my YouTube channel because you are not a Hillary Clinton supporter, hold on and just hear what I have to say here. I happened to be in a position to meet Hillary Clinton on several occasions, but this one time in particular, it was because she had actually asked to meet me. She took the time to talk with me, listen to me. I told her about my singing career. She asked me questions. We actually share a birthday, so we talked about having that in common. And the lesson that I learned from Hillary was about how important a follow-up is. About 2 weeks after that meeting with her, she got my address and sent me an incredibly kind letter thanking me for taking the time to come up and talk with her about my life. So whether you follow politics or not, whether you're a Hillary Clinton supporter or not, I did learn the lesson of how important a follow-up is. And no matter what situation you're in, whether you've performed at a show, whether you're, at an event, If you meet somebody that leaves an impression on you, follow up. Let them know that they left that impression on you, that they were important, an important part of your day, because a follow-up is always going to put you in a position of going the extra mile and leaving a lasting impression on that person. Okay, the final celebrity I want to talk about is my favorite two celebrities of all time, and that is Sharon and Bram of the children's award-winning trio Sharon, Lois, and Bram. The reason I want to talk about them is because I have been in a position, like I said, to meet a lot of celebrities over the years, but I have never in my career met two people who were more kind, considerate, generous, thoughtful. I could go on and on with words describing them than these two people. The amount of time, energy, emails, support that they have given me in my own career has been beyond astounding. So kindness is the number one lesson that I've taken away from meeting them. Here's a good example. I was going to be speaking at my very first speaking engagement, and I had reached out to Sharon and Bram because I knew that they had done this many times in the past. They could have easily shot me a quick email with a one-line explanation. They didn't even have to go that far as I was concerned, but they could have. They chose to go the extra mile. Sharon actually called me and spent an hour on the phone with me, encouraging me, coaching me, giving me ideas, and reassuring me that I was going to do an excellent job at this event that I had been booked to speak at. Bram had sent her his advice, which she reiterated to me over the phone, and I will forever be grateful for their influence on my life. I think kindness is the biggest lesson that you can teach someone. Kindness matters more than anything, and the biggest lesson from any celebrity that I have met has been that you can be well known, sell millions of albums, and still radiate kindness to those who are around you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Marie, Olivia, Garth, Hillary, Wendie, Sharon, Bram, Connie, for teaching me these lessons. They may sound simple to you, but if you happen to find yourself in a position to be around celebrities, you'll find out that they don't all possess these wonderful things about them. So I tend to gravitate to the ones that do, and I'm so grateful to have learned these lessons from these wonderful people. So with all that being said, I would love to know if you have had the opportunity to meet a celebrity and what was your takeaway from meeting them. Leave that in the comment section below, and if you have not subscribed to this channel already, please do that because I would be very grateful. I post new videos all the time, and I would love to stay connected with you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And here is one bonus celebrity that I learned a quick lesson from. I was backstage at a show. There were a bunch of fans waiting to meet Ray Romano. He was tied up doing some press, and knowing that all of these people were standing backstage waiting to meet him, he actually ordered pizza for everyone who was waiting to have a minute with him while he was busy doing his other things. And then he came and ate pizza with all of us. So in my lifetime, I can say I had a pizza with Ray Romano. That is pretty cool. Now, anytime I see Everybody Loves Raymond, all I can think of is that dude is the coolest because he bought me a pizza and then came and ate it with us. How awesome. I mean, really guys, people are so cool.